Hey, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Wide Family Farm. And how is everybody doing today? It's good to see some people already in the chat, so thank you so much for being here. Gardener Josh Yosi. Who else is here? Abby's Life on the Farm. Thank you so much for being here. So I had one heck of a morning. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm really, really surprised I had time to just like do my hair because thank God for dry shampoo. That's all I have to say.
I love that stuff.
Yeah. If it wasn't for dry shampoo, my hair would look like I would look like a wet dog right now. I'm not kidding. But yeah, so that's what's going on in my world because I didn't sleep very well last night and it's been really, really hot here. Like unusually hot for this time of year. Like the day before yesterday was like 80. I mean, it's hot here. And so therefore it's like it's so hot. It's like annoying. So we've had to use the air conditioner. But I only have air conditioning in like one room, not in the entire house. So when I go upstairs to sleep, I'm like sweating to death when I sleep. It's really annoying. So I just haven't been sleeping good, and then my son hasn't been sleeping good. He rocks in his crib constantly. It drives me insane. So yeah. And then like for 3 days now, my neighbors have been trying to buy eggs from me. So they're going on a camping trip this weekend and they won't be home all weekend. So they wanted to buy eggs today, like wanted to get them today because they're not going to be home for like 3 days. And they've already bought like 4 dozen from me. They're buying 2 more dozen. And I think they're going to take it with them on their camping trip because they're going camping. And I was like, okay, come and get them. And that was like just so happened to be like 15 minutes before this live starts. So not only were they buying eggs for me, my mom called and said a woman that she's doing hair, she does hair on Fridays. She's like, she wants some eggs. And I'm like, oh God. So I ran over there real quick. Not to mention my son is screaming and everything else because I keep leaving the room and yeah. And I was like, this is insane. This is like a mommy moment though. This is what happens, right?
Don't worry, they don't last. This phase of your life is very short, and then they're teenagers and they want nothing to do with you. So
yeah, I'll be really upset about that because I like having him next to me and I like that he loves me. However, it's insane right now. And he's just insane. I love the kid though. Hello, Gil. Thanks for coming in. Gardener Josh, Yosi. Yosi got his stuff from Redbubble from my t-shirt site. He showed me a picture of it. So thank you so much for purchasing the stuff from Redbubble. I appreciate it, guys. It looks like CB is here. Hooga. Homestead. I will always emphasize that because there for a while I called it everything but hooga. Higgy, hoogie. Yeah. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. And I feel bad. There's this person always comes in the chats and their name is Aid O'Near or whatever. I feel horrible. I'm horrible at pronouncing stuff. And I would call them Aid O'Near. And one day in the chat, they like phonetically spelled it. And I was like, whoops, sorry. And now I just call them Aid. ADE, Aid. I'm like, hey, Aid.
I'm terrible with pronunciation.
I feel horrible about that. I do. I'm just horrible. But I always call CB because that was her name. So I just say CB. And that's what it's like in the video for the Poop Troop video. So yeah. But yeah, and it's so funny because the way I say it in that video, people always like say it in the chat. They go CB. That's right. That's hilarious. Oh, I love it. But it's just been crazy. I feel like I'm running around with the chicken with my head cut off. There's just so many things I've been trying to do for the channel as well and get things done. Doing different intros for different things now and trying to find time There you are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mispronounced your name. I love you. Don't kill me. Oh, I love you. um, but yeah, so there's just it's crazy right now. But we're gonna be doing elderberry syrup, but it doesn't take very long to do it. But I am super excited because I have the Broussards. I love them, by the way. Amy and Brett, they're amazing people. And I talk to Brett like on through Messenger all the time. But I have their elderberry kit that you can
Nice.
purchase on their Etsy shop. And I feel like a complete and utter airhead because I purchased these right before Christmas. And I wanted to purchase some for the family, and, I accidentally ordered, like, 5 of them by accident, and, it was right when they were live, and they're like, "Oh, somebody purchased all the, elderberry kits." Yeah. I feel like such an airhead because I didn't understand how Etsy worked. And I was just trying to figure out how much it would be with shipping and or with taxes and all of that. And instead, I just hit the button and my card is automatically in with Etsy. So it just paid for it. And I was like, "No, I don't want 5 of them." So I messaged them real quick and said, "I'm so sorry. I'm such an airhead. I'm like, I didn't mean to purchase 5 of these kits. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to mess up like your numbers or anything." They're like, "No," they're on air. They're talking to me. They're like, "Courtney, it's okay. It's good. We just give you your money back. No big deal." But I was like, "Oh my God." I felt like such a moron. Like, but I just don't order from Etsy very often either. And I forgot that my credit card was linked in. And I normally don't do that. I normally don't have I don't like that. I don't like that for that reason. You end up buying stuff that you shouldn't buy because it's automatically linked in. And that's the same with um the App Store on iPhone.
Mhm.
That can get you in trouble.
I have a 13-year-old and a 17-year-old, and I have been in trouble before because I've bought things I wasn't even present when they were bought.
Nice.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. They don't understand.
Aw, thank you, Rambling Rose. I love you. Thanks for being here. Um, I'll be needing a kit soon. No elderberries here in my area. Well, I have elderberry bushes, right? But my husband decided to propagate the one bush. So he chopped it down and we used what we had of that to make other bushes. So now I have like 20 elderberry bushes. They're just not mature.
Right.
So I did have one mature bush that popped up by accident because the birds must have left seed. I don't know, but I had one. And so I got like a gallon size bag of elderberries from that, but that's all I have until they start producing more. And they're actually doing really good. He chopped down I had a really big bush. It was like 6 foot tall, but it was getting bad. Like, there was parts of it that it was not looking so healthy. So that's
It
why
needed
he
to
did
be
that.
pruned. It needed to be
Yeah.
pruned, and it'll come back even better from the
Yeah.
roots.
I think so too. So and then we propagate a lot more. And then we had extra. We had like 25 bushes and we sold some at the flea market. And then we didn't sell, but I gave two family homestead, Sherry and Daryl, like 3 bushes, I think. So we still had enough left over, and so we went and started all those and planted them. So I got a ton of elderberry bushes. It's just, I'm just waiting. That's the hard part, is just waiting for it. But in the meantime, if you don't have that, or if you don't have that in your area, the Broussards on their Etsy shop, I don't know how many kits they have, but you can buy a whole elderberry kit, and that's what I'll be doing today. And I'll probably around 12:30 I'll get that started, and I'll get my phone out and I'll go into the kitchen and I'll show you how we're going to do that. And they have like a cute little kit put together, and it has elderberries and all the spices and everything else that you need. And you can add in the honey if you want, and it's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna go off camera for just a minute and I'll
Sure.
be right back. I'm gonna change locations and see if I can get better lighting.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm still here though. You can hear me.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, Ramblin' Rose Homestead. We love you guys, and thanks for being Poop Troop members. There are going to be a lot of changes coming to my channel as of November. I'm changing my hours and stuff. So that's going to be coming up, and I will be telling people about that. And then also, don't forget, we're doing the Poopaween contest, and I would really love if everybody could participate. You just have to put your name in the
There, that's better.
you just have to put your name in the video, or put a comment in the video, and then you'll be registered for the contest. But that's not necessarily that you're going to get chosen to carve a pumpkin. I'm going to take those people and put them on the wheel of names, and then those people will get chosen off of the wheel of names. And I'm going to choose 3 people to carve a pumpkin live, and that will be on the 17th of October.
That's
Because
gonna be fun. I can't
yeah,
wait to watch it.
that's the deadline. The actual day of the pumpkin carving contest will be the 24th, and that gives people a week to buy a pumpkin, because you'll have to buy a pumpkin. It can be any size. It can be a sugar pie pumpkin from the grocery store. It can be any size, and you can use anything to carve it out. However, you have 10 minutes to do it.
That's the trick. That's not easy.
And it can look like anything, and then the judges will have to judge on that. So, it's gonna be fun, and I believe there's gonna be kids involved as well. I believe, Q Kitchen and Beyond wants her kids to do it, so that's even it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun night, and the winners get to win a squatty potty. Do not forget to armor me in the dairy in November. I don't know what you mean. I'm so confused.
And as usual, I can't see comments, but
Oh, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, Yosi. I don't know if you were using text to talk. I don't know. I open and then get out the seats before the competition starts.
that's a good question. Can they prep the pumpkin?
Yes. Yes, you can prep the pumpkin, because it's just gonna be harder if not. You're gonna have so much. So when the people win on the wheel of names, I will give them a specific set of rules. But yeah, you can carve out like, you can take the guts out before you start carving it. Hey, Trish Wiley, thank you for coming in. Oh, I have all my Poop Troop members here today. Thank you so much for supporting Wide Family Farm, guys. Oh my gosh, Gardner Josh, thank you so much. You guys are so nice. Seriously, you're really nice. I have some things coming up for November, and I'm super excited. I had some bites come back at me. I sent out some emails to people that I would like to interview for the month of November, and so they've started coming back with emails already, and I haven't even had a chance to respond. But I have a lot of good people on for the month of November, so I'm hoping I can give you guys lots of entertainment for the month of November. Thank you so much, Gardner Josh. Seriously, you're so nice. Okay, I will sign you up in November, Yosi. You can, yeah, that's fine. I'll put you on my list. And I wrote you down. generic poop troop members too. Homestead Aquarius. You want to join the pumpkin carving contest? You want to carve a pumpkin? All you have to show is your hands. You don't have to show your face. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to do this, man. I got a lot of good people coming up for the month of October as well. Wednesday I have coffee with Pips. And I cannot wait because he's freaking hilarious and I love him. Like, and there's just some things I didn't know about him. He used to be a police officer. There's just like some things I didn't know about him, and it's gonna be kind of cool to see, the behind the scenes stuff. Like, who is he? Like, why did he decided to start doing what he does? And it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. You don't like rules. Come on. It's just basic rules.
I can't say that I like rules either.
Oh, would you call yourself a rebel?
Yeah. I'm not a good rule follower. Follow a recipe.
Hey, Outdoors with Big Matt. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. We're going to be making some elderberry syrup here in a minute. It doesn't take very long, so I thought me and Tammy could talk back and forth. Now, Tammy sent me some information about elderberries. Let me see here. There's a specific elderberry syrup cold and flu remedy that you can get online. And I really actually like this one because it kind of gives you the measurements versus sometimes these things don't give you any measurements. Like you're just kind of like, well, how much honey do I need to put in there and stuff like that. And I believe that this one called for like 1 cup of honey. Yep. And let's see, this one it says it takes 5 minutes, so that's why I'm like kind of holding off a little bit. It takes 5 minutes because once I do the elderberry syrup, then it's just like, oh, I did it already. But it's 5 minutes. You cook it down a little bit. And this one makes 2 cups. And you use 3.5 cups of water, 2/3 dried elderberries, 2 teaspoons of ginger, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 a teaspoon of ground cloves, and a cup of raw honey. I do not have any ginger, and I believe the Brizards put that already in the pack. So it's going to be like, it's probably going to be all through all of those ingredients. And I know cloves is one of them because you can really smell them. I love the smell of cloves.
I leave that out of my recipe.
Do you?
I have never liked cloves, except there's this gum. It's called blackjack gum that they used to have when I was a kid. And I can still find it once in a while. That's the only time I've ever liked cloves. Is like there's the blackjack gum and the cloves gum.
Wow.
But no.
Yeah, I love the smell of them. Like I just love them. But you can't overdo it because if you overdo it, then it's like overpowering, like big time.
Yeah, it is healthy. I mean, like clove oil is for toothache is wonderful, but I usually leave it out of things.
Yeah. I just now realized I've been having issues, you guys, with YouTube and thumbnails, and I've been getting messages from YouTube saying that we fixed the problem. And they're not fixing the problem. Like every single one of my thumbnails are not there. They are when you go to my page, they're on there. However, they're not on there when I have a live set up. It's just a blank screen.
That's weird.
I've told them, well, I haven't told them, but they've told me that there was an issue. So they were supposed to fix the problem, and they haven't been. So that's why there's no thumbnail for this. It doesn't look like I did anything for it.
It will be the mystery thumbnail until much later.
But yeah. Once again, thank you guys all for being here and hanging out. I love doing Fridays. It's a
I
lot of
love
fun
this too.
hanging out. I like hanging out with everybody. Um, okay. So what I'm going to do, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I got to get the link to my cell phone. And then I will set this up and then we can go ahead and make some elderberry syrup.
It's really easy. It's really easy.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up and I'll be right back. Hey, fishes. You're up awful early, fishes.
Hi. So really all you need if you don't have a kit is elderberries, some water, your spices. I use the cinnamon, lemon, and ginger, and sugar or honey. And if you're going to can it, you don't want to put in the honey until after you open it to use. So that's why I use sugar for mine, because I can it in big batches. So Courtney will be right back. She's setting up the kitchen for us, and this will be fun. I love it when she does her kitchen setups so we can see and then talk at the same time. She's much more tech savvy than I am. So I just love elderberries. I've been using them for quite a while. I try to take them in the winter. Use my elderberry jelly quite a bit more in the winter because, it's more fun when you have food as medicine. So kids will eat the jelly where they won't necessarily take the medicine form of it. So, although elderberry syrup is really good, it's really hard not to take more than you need. Just waiting for Courtney. I know she'll be back here any minute. I can't see the chat. I'm sorry. So I'm just kind of winging it here, talking to myself and waiting for her to come back with it. So, what's everybody's plans for today? This is my big plan for today and picking the kids up from school. It's foggy, it's rainy, and it's lightning. So, lovely weather we're having here in Michigan. But that's Michigan for you. So, I know Courtney will be back here in just a minute. I wish I could see the chat. I don't have another device. I tried to get one set up and I just couldn't get it set up. So I always have to go back and watch the lives afterwards to see what everybody said. Melon is so much fun. I'm sure she'll be here any minute. It's always fun when you're using melon. But if you don't have a kit, you can just take the elderberries and if you're using fresh or dried, cover them with water and make your own juice. There she comes. There she is.
All right, don't mind my kitchen because I had a huge table set up for canning and it'll be taken down here before too long. Let me turn on the light. Light's a little bit better. All right, so have a little pot here. And we're going to go ahead and get this started. Now I'm using the Brizards. and it says it calls for 4.5 cups of water, and you got to put it to a boil. So that's what I'm going to do. There's 2. Hope you guys can see okay.
You're right in the center of the screen. You're doing good.
There's 4. The way I've been feeling lately, and I haven't been feeling great, I think I need this. Like, I think I need to boost my immune system. I think this would be perfect for this time of year. So this is definitely what I want to do. I'm not saying that it's going to work for everybody. Everybody has different immune systems, stuff like that. But they advertise elderberries as being, you know, the antiviral. So,
yes.
Okay.
And it's got a lot of good vitamins, and elderberries have a lot of good vitamins too.
I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, and I'm going to add the dried elderberries, which came in the kit. It was kit, and then look, see, it even says right there, dried elderberries. Also, that came in the kit was the instructions. And then, of course, they gave me all the spices for it as well. I don't know what all these spices are, but I would assume it's ginger, and I can smell cloves, cinnamon. That's probably all that's in here as well. I'm going to open this package up because, and it says suggested dose is 2 teaspoons daily for 1 adult, and you can take it up to 4 times a day. And yeah, and they actually, if you buy this kit from the Broussards, they actually have a thing where you can actually watch their tutorial on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A QRS scanner. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and put this in there. By the way, I cannot see the chat at all, so if you guys have any questions, just wait, and I will answer them or ask them when I get back to my computer. So I went ahead and put those in there, and like instantly the water turned like purple.
Yeah, they do have a lot of bioflavonoids. Is that the color?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like purple. Okay, and it says to just let this simmer, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back on the other channel real quick. I'm going to mute this one.
There's the big puppies. So.
Okay, so somebody wants to know, I apologize, I couldn't see the chat from my other device. So somebody wants to know, Slow Lane Living, with Paula and Randy. Thank you so much for being here. They want to know where I got the berries, and that is from the Broussards homestead. And I can put their link. I'll put their link out there for y'all, so that you can go and get the kits. Give me a second. I gotta find it.
Yeah,
It's on Etsy.
And they have a YouTube channel as well.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna put their YouTube channel up, guys, because I can't find their Etsy shop right now. So, but yeah, they have a beautiful YouTube channel. I love watching them. They're live on Thursday nights.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a mod in their group, but I absolutely love the Broussards. Oh, thanks, Gil. Gil already put it in there. So if you guys click on that, I'm sure there's information. You can go to their Etsy site and buy their elderberry kits. Thank you so much for sharing that out, Gil. Appreciate you. Hey, Arc Wildman Survival, thank you for being here. So, I'm watching my pot here. You're supposed to let it simmer for a few, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put it together. But the kit is really, really easy, and you're supposed to take a couple teaspoons a day, and 4 or 5 if you're sick or something. But you're just supposed to take like a couple teaspoons a day for it. Any other information about elderberries you want to talk about, or?
Well, as you said, they're nature's antiviral. So it's real important to have this in your home apothecary. It's something you can make for yourself. They're very easy to find. Around here, you can find elderberries in every ditch that the county hasn't cut down. So it's one of the last berries in the fall to come ripe too. So the end of August, early September here, we often have berries.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and it's really, really hard for me to get them sometimes because the birds eat them all before I can get to them.
Yes.
The birds really like them. They're also really good for your livestock, guys. So if you have chickens and stuff like that, a lot of times people plant elderberry bushes around their chickens and stuff like that, because it's really good for them to have it as well.
And you do want to get them when they're ripe, not when they're green, because when they're not ripe yet, they can cause all sorts of digestive upsets. So make sure you're getting the ripe, deep purple berries. And you'll see the kind of, you can't see my hand here. They kind of are like this on the plant, like a cup. And then when they're ripe, they turn over like an umbrella.
Yeah.
Like that. So.
There are several different bushes out there that are mistaken for elderberries. Please make sure that you are picking the correct one. There's lots of bushes out there that mimic the elderberry. The pokeberry is one of them. The pokeberry is not an elderberry. And a lot of people are like, I saw this bush. Is it an elderberry? They get all excited, like they think it's not an elderberry, guys. And
they're not even like the berries don't hang in the same kind of clusters. One's really short, one's really tall. The leaves look nothing alike. They're not even ripe in the same season, hardly here anyway. And I'm like, no, just no.
Yeah,
not even
it's
close.
Wrong. No. It's wrong on many levels. Yeah. No, just be careful what you're picking out there, guys. Never, ever eat a berry if you don't know what it is.
Yeah, and you want the one, the scientific name is the Cannabis is the black elderberry. There are also red elderberries. So there can be different kinds of elderberries, but the one that has the most, I think the word is bioflavonoids that I'm thinking of, is the black. So, and that's what is mostly native. You're going to see a lot more common too.
I have the black ones, and I'll show you. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button every time I want to share a screen. Um, I'll show you a bit, screenshot of it real quick of what they look like. There we go. These are the ones I have, the ones that right here. But there's several different kinds, and I've seen bigger blue ones and stuff like that. But these are the ones that I have in my backyard.
And there's at least 3 known cultivated varieties besides the wild varieties, named cultivars. So you can order them from nurseries,
Mm-hmm.
although they're so easy to start.
Yeah, they're really, really easy to start. I didn't
bought the
kill
red
mine.
one. I bought the red one this year, and I just planted it, so we'll see.
Oh, nice.
I'm kind of excited to have different ones. I'm looking for the one that has the variegated leaves. So you can there's even an ornamental one that still has the good healthy black berries on it that is with variegated leaves. So if you live in town, you can plant this as a shrub on your hedgerow and still have the benefits of it. It's not that hard to grow.
Nice. Yeah, this is what they look like, guys. There's several different, there's white elderberries, there's these ones, there's the red ones. And I've seen big blue ones as well, but those don't have the properties like these this one does right here. And there's several here, right here. It says poisonous elderberry lookalikes. Well, I clicked on it, but oh, here, this is what pokeweed looks like. This is not an elderberry right here. See, this is an elderberry here. This is not. And you could clearly tell the difference. So do not go out there thinking that you got an elderberry, because this right here is clearly pokeweed. And it's not. It's not. It will kill you. So don't eat that.
Elderberries have that classic umbrella shape.
Yeah.
And pokeweed is like a blazing star plant where it's, a straight, or it looks like a cluster of grapes, but it's more straight. It's not even close to being.
Here's another look-alike. This is water hemlock. Any type, yeah, any type of hemlock is poisonous. Obviously, you don't want that. You want to make sure that you are picking berries that you know what you're doing, guys. And they hang in an umbrella shape, and typically you will know. You will just know by looking at it. You do not want to eat any of that kind of stuff, and you definitely don't want to eat any type of hemlock. Hemlock is a poison, and hemlock will kill you. Like, it will kill you. Isn't it? Isn't that what, like, Socrates, or was it Socrates? Yeah.
And it's an ugly death, not something. Yeah.
Hey, La La Farm, thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it. In the meantime, I am cooking elderberry syrup. I'm just letting it simmer on the stove real quick, and then I'm going to I don't see La La Farm in here, but Homestead Aquarius just said hi to him, so they have to be here, right? Oh, I see him now. Sorry. Hey, La La Farm, it's good to see you in here, guys. We appreciate you coming in. Sorry. And so just make sure you're picking the right berries, guys, because if you're not, you're in trouble. And if you don't know, when in doubt, do not pick it. Do not pick it. You don't need to pick it. It's okay. Let me hide that.
If you're not comfortable foraging, or you haven't had someone take you out and show you, buy a kit. Just go get a kit. It's much better.
I just don't want anybody thinking that they're going to go, from this video, go out there and pick some elderberries or something, and then they pick the wrong one. That is my biggest fear. So don't do that. But yeah, mostly elderberries are propagated, like you have them in your backyard and stuff like that. Do not pick berries and stuff that are on the side of the road. Do not pick anything from the side of the road, guys, because runoffs from the road, tar, salt, all that stuff. Most weeds love that kind of stuff. So you're going to see that on the side of the road, more prevalent because most weeds just love to grow in crappy soil. But you don't want to eat that because their roots have been sucking up all of that stuff for years, or whoever dumped gas or whatever on the side of the road, leaky oil and all that kind of stuff. So don't pick anything from the side of the road unless you know for sure it's a dirt road and nothing goes up and down the road or whatever. Just don't pick anything from the side of the road. You can make yourself sick. I planted sunflowers by the side of the road, and sunflowers are really known to pick up all the metals and stuff like that. So I didn't eat the seeds. However, I did save the seeds for next year.
I have some heads drying. I just posted on Instagram. They're so beautiful when you light them out and they're all drying, and almost as beautiful as when they're in bloom.
Yeah. Yeah. Moderators here in this chat, La Farm, are awesome. I love them all, including Homestead Aquarius. I love you guys. They're like family, so we appreciate them.
Yes, they are.
I'm gonna go and check on my elderberry stuff. I'm gonna add the stuff in, and all of that, and yeah. So I'm gonna disappear. I'm not gonna be able to read the chat while I'm doing this, guys. So when I come back, if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. And so I'll be right back.
So it should be simmering by now. So we'll see when she gets there. But I'm sure it's smelling really good about now. With the spices and stuff, when she adds those, oh, it'll just be like the holidays in there with all that cinnamon and cloves.
Yeah, it's simmering. It's pretty warm, actually. And oh yeah, I got a nice purpley color in my stuff here. So thank you for the Brazards. I'm glad I purchased this kit. So okay. It says remove from heat and strain, and then it says let it cool. But first, hold on, maybe I'm not reading this right. Oh, I need to add my spices. My son, if you can hear him, he's like going crazy in the other room.
Sounds like he's happy.
Yeah, he's not crying. Woo!
I said it's going to smell like Christmas when you dump that packet in there.
Oh, my Lord.
Cleaning out your sinuses already, is it?
Yeah. Whoa, buddy. It smells good, though. But it was strong when I first dumped it in there. I'm going to let it simmer for just a little bit longer. I'm going to get my strainer out, so give me 1 second. This is what I'm using to strain it. I have a mason jar, and I have, that. And then I just have one of these.
Perfect.
And I'm just going to basically dump the stuff in here and strain it out. I'm going to let it cook just a little bit longer. You can add honey if you want. It says you can add about 2/3 a cup of honey, which I really like a measurement in a recipe as far as honey is concerned, because you never really know, and I don't want to add too much, and then you add too much, and then it's disgusting. So, man, that smells so good, though.
And if you're using this for health benefits, you want to get honey as local to your own house as possible, because that's
Right.
going to have the most health benefits for you as far as allergies.
Yeah. And this was brought to me by my neighbor down the street.
Perfect.
And it's really dark.
Ooh. I'm I'm a beekeeper, and I'm really excited. I just bought some buckwheat honey from another beekeeper because I don't have buckwheat on my property. And buckwheat honey is one of the darkest ones you can get. I like the dark honeys. I know there's people that like the really light ones. And
Yeah.
wildflower honey is pretty and nice, but I love a dark honey.
Yeah. And the buckwheat is really nice to put in like baked beans and stuff like that. I have some of that. I'm really fortunate to have a lot of beekeepers near me, and there's one specifically that's really big around here, and they have like all different flavors, and they have the buckwheat, and they have all of that, and so I don't feel the need right now to have bees because I can purchase it from them.
Yeah.
Eventually, I think though I would like to have my own bees. I would have to get like a sponsor or somebody like that to help me so I know what I'm doing.
A mentor. One of my
Yeah.
mentors just won a national award for best tasting honey. So kind of
Really?
excited about. Yes. Yeah. He won last year. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So
It's really starting to heat up here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and strain it off. You don't want to heat it too much. Let it simmer. You don't let it boil because it'll destroy any properties. You don't want it to do that.
You're just trying to release the juice out of the elderberries and reconstitute them. You're not trying to cook them in this recipe.
Yeah. And give me a second here. Let's turn off the stove. And I think I'm going to get, I'm not being very smart. I think I'm going to do this with a ladle. Yeah, no.
You don't want to paint your stove purple today, Courtney?
No, I'm really not into that. Look at that. Oh. It's like, whew.
I was just saying, look at the color.
Sorry about my dogs. My son is pounding, and that's like making them bark. So
yeah. Look how rich that is in color. Oh.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna need another mason jar. Mm-hmm. And I think that's it for that. And let me see, I didn't realize it was going to make this much. Give me a second here. I had already had these mason jars all cleaned and ready to go. But
it's the really Dustin man.
Yeah, there's Dustin. All right. So that's really, really full. That's more full than what I would have liked it to have, but it's really hot, so I'm going to wait a second.
Yeah, don't get burnt.
Ooh, man. It smells really, really good. Can you guys see this? Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys can see this.
We can see the color as you were pouring it in. It's beautiful.
And I would like to thank the Broussards for providing all this. This is really awesome. I purchased this kit, and they provide this on their Etsy site. That's really strong. Really, really, really strong. I'm just going to let it sit there and drain because that is done. It provided 2 of those mason jars full, and then I'm going to come back to you. Give me a moment.
I am so glad that Courtney is tech savvy because I can't do any of this. So I just admire how she can do the split screens and go from one camera to the other. I'm still got to learn a lot about this. So she's amazing. I'm so happy.
Okay, so I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. You don't want to boil the berries because you're not making a jam, you're not, or anything like that. This is supposed to be a syrup. You're supposed to get in all those properties of the elderberry, and as soon as you boil that, you lessen that chance. So you don't want to do that. You just want to make sure that it's warm enough. You kind of making like a soup. You just put it in a simmer.
And the good thing about the elderberries and the cinnamon and the ginger is their health benefits are not destroyed by cooking. So by heating them up, you're not destroying those at all. You could actually stop right here in the recipe and water bath it for 15 minutes with the proper headspace. Water bath it for 15 minutes. That would make it shelf stable. And then you could finish your recipe when you're ready to use it.
Yep.
Because the
Or
honey
add in your honey later.
Yeah, the health benefits are destroyed by heating to boiling. So if you heat your honey to boiling, you still have a wonderful sugar. You can still use it as a sweetener, but you've lost all the health benefits. So if you were going to preserve this to use at a future date, make it shelf stable, you wouldn't want to add the honey.
Yep. Okay, guys. I don't know if I have answered. I mean, you can go ahead and ask questions now. Oh, Slow Lane Living with Paul and Randy. Question: How old is your elderberry patch? Well, mine is at least 10 years old. I had a couple elderberry bushes. One is at least 10. The people that lived here before me planted that bush. And so what we did is we chopped it. I chopped it down, my husband did, and we propagated the newer limbs from that. And I got about 25 limbs out of it that actually took off and started growing. Some of them you can just take right off. As long as you cut it at an angle, you can stick it right in the ground and it will grow. That's how good elderberry grows and how, you do have to have the right areas and stuff for it. They really like wet roots. They really like water. But for the most part, it's real easy. And what I did is we chopped all those down, cut them into about twigs about like this, and cut the ends at an angle, and we stuck them in mason jars with water and let them grow. Once they grew those green leaves, we stuck them in soil. And then we stuck them in soil and they were good to go. And I sold a couple and I gave some to Two Family Homestead. And then um, I have a ton in my backyard. We planted a ton this summer. It was crazy how much we have. And that's the reason I'm afraid to let my uncle mow our yard or have my mom come over here with her weed whacker. She's gonna end up whacking off my bushes. I can just see it.
Get some stakes out there and mark them.
But yeah, so do boysenberries grow by you? I never saw a boysenberry. Is that like a big old grape? Is that those, or is that a gooseberry? I don't know what a boysenberry is. Sorry.
A boysenberry looks more like a blackberry or a black raspberry.
Mm.
But
No,
they're not around here much where I'm at either.
Yeah, I came across what I think in my garden. There's these like twigs that pop up and they have big black berries on them. At first, I thought it was dangerous because they just randomly are popping up in my garden. But I think they're garden elderberries, or not elderberries, I mean garden huckleberries. And I
Oh,
think the previous people planted them and then now they're coming up. Like I
coming
had
back.
some come up through even through the garden fabric. And I think they're garden huckleberries because I took pictures of them. I still don't trust that because they don't you don't ever trust a berry that
Mhm.
you don't know, but I think they are. I think they're garden huckleberries, and I would like to get some from Baker Creek and, try and grow those in my garden because that would be I've had, like, really good huckleberry beer and, all different kinds of stuff, and it
Mhm.
tastes so good, and, I would like to grow some of those. Hey, Wiccan chickens. How you doing, girl? There's another
Oh,
Ohioan. She lives closer to you than she does me. She's way up there by Toledo, I think.
oh, I lived in Monroe, Michigan for a year. We used to shop in Toledo because it was closer than going anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah. So, but, the C word, what? But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the elderberry syrup. You like Tammy said, you
That's
can water bath that just like you do a jam. You just water bath it. I plan on using it because lately here I've just been feeling bad. Like I feel bad. I don't know what's going on with myself. I've been getting headaches, um, stuff like that. I know I don't have high blood pressure. My blood pressure every time I go to the doctor is perfect. So there's just something going on. I don't know if it's allergies or the weather or something, but I'm getting a headache like right here.
oh,
And it just makes me feel horrible. And I don't wanna have to take Advil every time I get a headache. I don't usually, I take
yeah.
CBD, but I don't wanna have to keep taking stuff. So I'm gonna try and do the elderberry and, hopefully I'll start feeling better. The other day I've been having trouble with my stomach too. I've always had trouble with my stomach. I do have IBS, and, I've always had trouble, and I've had my gallbladder taken out, and I was left with what they call as GERD.
Mhm.
And so I have IBS, I have GERD, so I have stomach issues.
Yeah.
So I've tried very, very hard to overcome that and take the apple cider vinegar and all that, but I didn't feel good after taking the apple cider vinegar. My stomach still felt upset, like my stomach actually hurts.
Hmm.
So I've been taking Tums and stuff like that, like it's bad.
That's still not very good for you, though.
Yeah,
Tums are not. That's something you should take over a period long, continuously.
yeah. So I'm just gonna I need to well, before I cured myself before, and I know what I need to do. I just need to eat bland foods and, stay away from anything has sauce in it or, anything
Mhm.
like that. And I did nothing but baked chicken for a long period of time, and I lost a bunch of weight, and, it really actually helped my stomach because I
Mhm.
did baked chicken and vegetables constantly. That's what we had, and it's real easy to make. I used to make
Yeah.
those McCormick, 1 skillet things all the
Hmm.
time, and
Yeah.
they just, like, kinda put the chicken breast in it, and you pour the packet over the top and just throw it in the oven, and it's so easy, and I've gotten away from that, and I don't know why I've gotten away from that. I guess after a while, I just get sick of chicken. I just don't wanna eat chicken anymore, you know what I mean? It's like, I can only eat so much of it. So, but it's the only thing that, like, really cured my stomach, so I'm gonna have to go back to that, and my husband's gonna have to live with me him eating chicken all the time too. Because when I make those, I make a lot. It makes, like,
Mhm.
4 big chicken breasts, you know? So, hey, Big Dreams Homestead, thank you for stopping in. We made elderberry syrup, and we used the Broussard's, uh, kit, and, it smells amazing. It does, it smells like Christmas in there, It smells so good, and, I'm anxious to start using it because I have been feeling bad. I just feel not myself. Laggy, I'm, like, so
Ooh,
tired. I just feel tired and drained, and I know I have a kid, and that will do it to you, but I'm just tired. So,
you're you're burning the candle on both ends though.
yeah, I feel like I am.
You are. You are. You're up. You do your lives really late, and then baby gets up early, and that's one of the hazards of being a mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just yeah, I'm tired. So, that's prompting a lot of changes for November, that I have going on. So I will let you guys know what's going on in November. I'm still going to be here and I'm still going to be, but it's going to be less. And there's just going to be less of me. I still love you guys, but I need a break.
You have to take care of yourself too.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, we're behaving. Are you behaving, Backwoods Law? I don't believe it.
Mm. Do I sense another rebel in the room?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so I can't wait to have some of that elderberry syrup. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be really, really good. So, um, did you guys have any questions before we close the chat about elderberries? I do have a video on elderberries. I have a couple of them. So if you are unsure about anything, you can watch them. Um, Trip H. They propagate elderberries and have an elderberry farm, and I interviewed them. I have an interview with them, and then I also have my own video about propagating elderberries and the ones that we did in my backyard. So, if you guys have any questions or anything, just let us know. The Broussard's elderberry kit, but haven't made it yet. Yep, that's what we just did.
Yep.
We did the Broussard's elderberry kit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's lots of different recipes out there, guys. You can use whatever. I ought to try it, especially since I'm sick with the C word. Oh, no, no,
Oh,
no.
they actually have said that elderberries are not helpful for the C word. They might cause a cytokine something storm. I was looking at it, but I should be better with. You'd think I'd be better with medical terminology, but they don't recommend it for that particular condition.
There is the Broussard's Etsy shop. Thank you, Gil. I couldn't find it, so thank you very much. So you can go on there and order it. In fact, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to click on that to see if they actually have any elderberry kits on sale right now. There's the chat. There's the link. There we are. It's free shipping.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So there you go. And it's right there.
How much are they? I can't see.
They're $25 a kit.
Well, the amount of syrup you made, you would be spending I think the last time I got it on sale, it was $9 for 8 ounces of the national brand that you can buy.
Yeah.
When I didn't have elderberries, I bought the name brand, and it was this little, I think, 8-ounce bottle or less for way more. So you're getting, if you got 2-pint jars, you got way more than that. You definitely got your money's worth.
Yeah.
And it'll actually be more once you add honey.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some honey to it. I think me and my husband are both gonna do it. But yeah, so stop sharing now. Ramblin' Rose. I have IBS too. Tried apple cider vinegar. It made me throw up. Yes, it seems that blander diet works. I'm also trying to get back to that eating, so I hear you. Yeah, I feel exhausted too. And hey, Cooking on the Farm. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing the elderberry syrup. There's gonna be some changes in my diet. My problem is I love Mexican food.
Oh,
Freaking
yep.
love Mexican food. Yeah, if I can't have it, I'm gonna be very upset because I love it. I love enchiladas. I like all of that. And yeah,
It's all good.
it's good, but it's not good for my stomach.
Yeah.
Yes, Israel does have excellent honey. You are correct.
Yes.
But okay, so any questions before me and Tammy hit the road here because I'm running late or running over, and I don't want her to miss um, picking up her kid from school. It has Oh, yeah, it has been a while, guys. You're always welcome in my chats, and we loved your husband. We did the it was so freaking funny. We had him on here one night, and we called him Alice because we did the Brady Bunch. So we all had each other's names, and he was in the center, so I named him Alice. It was freaking hilarious. We had so many people on that chat that night. It was so funny. But it's good to see you guys. I see your Instagram posts all the time, but I honestly, it's really hard. Like I have to make a time like a week where I can go in and comment on everybody's stuff. And sometimes I just leave a thumbs up. Like I don't actually leave a comment, but it's a comment. You know what I'm saying? It's just so people know that I'm watching their stuff. I don't want you to think that I'm not. So but I try, and the poop troop tries too. We try really hard, and everybody watches everybody's stuff. Like, it's tough, but just know that we consider you guys friends and that we love you.
I've been binge watching this morning, and I blame Gil. Where are you, Gil, in the chat? That first song he played last night, I've been binge watching all of those videos for Halloween music. Oh, I have
It's
not
freaking
laughed so
hilarious.
I have not laughed so hard in my whole life, I don't think. It was, and I'm showing my teenage son, and he's like, "Oh my gosh," and he's watching. Oh yeah, and I
Yeah.
showed my nephew today. I've shared the love with.
It's just really funny, and sometimes you kinda need that, like, in your life, you need that.
Yeah, it was just like it just kind of hit
Yeah.
the funny bone spot.
Plus, I'm a huge fan of the '80s, '90s horror movies, the Jason, the those were the ones that count. The
Yeah,
ones now don't even freaking compare. You know, all of the Halloween all of those, all of the Jason, like, all of
yeah.
those, and you know he always comes back, but it's so freaking it got to the point where it's actually kind of funny, then now that I watch him, like, "Oh my god, he never died, like, he just keeps coming back." But it's so great, you know? It's a part of my childhood, you know? I remember when I was a kid, like, you're watching the Halloween, movies under a blanket, you know, because, you know, AMC or something or one of the channels is having a Halloween marathon, you know, and, it's just part of my youth. That and, Child's Play, which I don't really I remember one time when I was a little and, my brother rented it. My brother is, like, 6 years older than me, and, he rented it one night and watched it. I watched, like, the beginning, and I was so terrified, and then my mom's like, "You need to go to bed, you need to go to bed." So, I went to bed, and I was just terrified. Like, the
Yeah.
curtain moved, and, like, I don't know what is up with that doll, but he scared the crap out of me, and I was never a big fan of those, but I did like um all the Halloween ones and stuff like that, and I to this day, I watch the modern ones because, yeah, when they come out, the Halloween ones anyway with Jamie Lee Curtis because it just takes me back. It takes me back. Yeah. It's like, "Oh, a guy's coming in with a chainsaw. Instead of leaving the house, you run upstairs." Yeah.
Yeah.
That would not be my first, "I'm gonna run upstairs and run away," run up the stairs, which is like the slowest motion that you could probably possibly do unless you're super physically fit. Like I'm not me running up the stairs, I would definitely die. I would definitely die. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you got me. Oh, the Slash Street Boys. I'll kill you that way. There we go.
That was the one that started it, and then watched all
Yeah.
the other ones on that channel.
Yeah, it's always the ditzy blonde, and for some reason, in the Jason one, she's always topless. That's just how it goes. 'Cause she's dumb.
Well, you know, in all those movies, if you want to get killed, just go swimming naked, and you're
Yeah.
dead in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is what's funny about it, though. It's like we can laugh about that. It's funny, but it's the part of the it's just I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's part of the horror movie part of it.
Yeah.
It's not like the ones now. The slasher whatever. I don't understand them. I really don't like any of the Saw movies. I think they're stupid and just nothing but like gory and bloody. But at least with the Jason ones, it was like I don't know. It was perfect. They're perfect horror movies, you know. I always encouraged my daughter, my stepdaughter growing up to watch some of them because it's just like your perfect horror movie and they're not that scary. They're scary, but they're not that scary.
Yeah. The perfect horror movie though, and I know people will disagree with me. My favorite one was April Fool's Day. And it's an obscure one, so most people have not seen it. But that was my favorite. Yep. That's my ideal horror movie for me. So
yeah, you're right, Hedgehog. The Saw movies were just so stupid. There's too much gore. That's too much gore and it's unrealistic to me. At least like the Jason movies were kind of realistic. Like you're going out with your friends, you're young, you're having a good time, you're drinking a little bit, you go skinny dipping in a pond and you're done for. That's it. Okay, guys. Well, I want to thank you all for coming in and hanging out with us today. Don't forget, I'm doing a Poop-A-Ween contest, and the Garden State Gardener is providing the Squatty Potty prize. And the runner-up will get a Wide Family Farm Poop-A-Ween t-shirt. So don't forget, we're doing that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to participate, you can leave a comment in the registration video. And those people will be chosen to do the on a wheel. And then 3 people will get chosen to carve a pumpkin live right here on Wide Family Farm. So you can come up, carve your pumpkin, and you can get your chance to win a Squatty Potty. And the runner-up, which is also a pun on words, will also get a Poop-A-Ween t-shirt. Yep, the runner-up. Yep. It's a pun on words. It's freaking hilarious. And we're having such a good time. Garden State Gardener is so excited to be doing this for us. He is also a Poop Troop member. So it's just going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll get some new people to participate. And there are going to be a set rules, like you have to be able to carve the pumpkin in 10 minutes. And stuff like that. You can use anything to carve it. You can use a Dremel or whatever. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. And who doesn't want to win a Squatty Potty, right? So we look forward to seeing you all. And I'm going to do my little commercial before I leave so you guys can see what it's all about. So give me 1 second. And here we go.
Going where no poop trooper has gone before.
And suddenly, the poop is on fire.
Deep from the depths of Uranus. Watch your gourds and can your balls.
Oh, no! Remember who has spoken and what will be spoke. Join us October 24th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the pumpkin carving contest. First place prize brought to you by Garden State Gardener. Check them out Sundays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. First place will win a Squatty Potty. Runner-up will get their very own Wide Family Farm Poop-A-Ween t-shirt. Want to enter the competition? Leave a comment in the registration video. And we will see you at the after party.